the episode begins with the staff at the wine bar discovering the body of the influencer. Meanwhile, Hongshei meets Sanyang at the bridge and asks her to come to him if she has actually committed murder. Sanyang simply mentions the ghost, knowing that he won't believe her, and walks away. It is also revealed that she has obtained a dress and treated herself using Haesang's debit card. So, who is responsible for the influencer's murder? Haesang visits his grandmother and asks about the piece of an urn that his mother buried. His grandmother yells at him and tells Kim Chi-won, the current vice president of Jungyeon capital, to take him away. It is revealed that Woo Jin, the ghost who is always with Haesang, is Chi-won's son. Back at home, Sanyang locks herself in her room after arguing with her mother. She tapes her door to protect herself from the evil spirit. The next morning, she discovers that the tapes have been removed and checks on her mother, Kyung-mon. She finds her sleeping on the bed, which initially scares her, but then she realizes that her mother is okay. Haesang realizes that his mother was the first person to possess all the cursed pieces before burying them to stop the spirit. Just then, Sanyang visits him, returns his debit card, and repays him using her grandmother's inheritance. This makes Haesang wonder how and why she took his card and if she was recently possessed by the evil spirit. At the police station, Hongshei argues with Monchon and refuses to investigate the lead on the suicide case. However, he finds his colleague's case, the influencer's death, intriguing since he was also at the crime scene. He believes he has a lead and starts his own investigation. Meanwhile, Sanyang decides to take a break and stay at her grandmother's house. The evil spirit guides her to find old, undeveloped pictures, so she goes to a local camera shop. There, she discovers a picture of a painting and becomes curious about its story, which leads her to learn about hungry ghosts. Haesang goes to the location where the influencer woman was murdered. Hongshei meets him there and tells him to leave the crime scene. However, Haesang warns Hongshei about the hungry ghosts and how they will continue killing people. Initially skeptical, Hongshei starts searching for similar cases and realizes that Haesang was right about the similarities. He visits Haesang to discuss their findings. Sanyang also visits Haesang to share what she has discovered. But when she hears about the hungry ghosts from Haesang, she remains silent. Hongshei suggests that the killer was among them at the wedding celebration. Sanyang realizes that both the bride, Yoon-young, and Semi are missing from all the pictures. In a rush, Sanyang and Haesang try to find Semi, while Hongshei sets off to find rational evidence since he doesn't believe in ghost stories. Sanyang tells Haesang how the evil spirit guided her to learn about the hungry ghosts. The confused duo begins their search for Semi, believing that she is the ghost the evil spirit was guiding Sanyang to find. They find Semi with Yoon-young at a restaurant and use a mirror to see who the hungry ghost is. To their surprise, it is Yoon-young. Yoon-young goes to the ladies' restroom and starts targeting a girl. Luckily, Sanyang enters and helps Yoon-young regain her senses. Yoon-young panics and runs away, but she gets hit by a car. She is taken to the hospital and remains in shock. Haesang decides to search for the objects related to the evil spirit alone because he believes that Sanyang will be harmed. Hongshei gathers evidence to prove that Yoon-young is the killer, but his colleagues get angry because he did their job. Meanwhile, Sanyang goes back to the photo shop to pick up the remaining photos. In one of the pictures, she sees Woo Jin standing next to the painting of the hungry ghost. Since she saw Woo Jin at Haesang's house earlier, she decides to visit the professor's place. At the same time, Haesang tracks down the person who made the spiritual tied ropes used in the curse. He discovers that Kangmo had received 5 of those ropes in the past. Haesang shows a picture of his mother to the rope maker and asks if she made the ropes for her. Surprisingly, the woman confirms that she made 5 ropes for his mother. As she was introduced by Professor Kangmo. Back at Haesang's home, Sanyang meets Woo Jin and has a conversation with him. He unlocked the door for her. From Woo Jin, she learns that her father, Kangmo, is the one who passed the curse on to her.